Welcome to Captain's Gear Corner. My name is Anssi, and this is the Varusteleka Assaulter back panel. First off, why did we make this? We wanted to make a product, a back panel that holds the usual items the usual assaulter would have. Whether those be flashbangs, grenades, breaching charges, even small or flat sized breaching tools. And we wanted to make a product that keeps those items secure, especially if you're doing insertion infiltration methods that are more of the extreme. For example, ATVs, motorbikes, anything that has to do with ropes or even climbing, so that items are extra secure and they don't fall out. And also, this product protects those items from the elements, whether that is snow, dust, water, or even freezing water. That is actually a thing. And also, since they are secure, like now, we wanted to make a product that can be adjusted, for example, that last concealed cover for the assault, so that the items are actually easily accessible during the assault itself. So that's what we wanted to solve. As a general overview of the Assaulter's back panel, it is 4 pals wide and 6 pals in height, your usual plate carrier height. And the reason for the width is that we wanted to have extra real estate for the operator to mount different options, for example, to the sides, or even for the actual breacher to mount the pack all the way, for example, to the left and have a bigger breaching tool designated on the right. So this is why we decided to go with the 4 pals wide choice. If it would be any bigger than that, it would actually be a backpack, but this is a panel. It has 3 compartments: the outer pocket, main pocket, and then a small breaching tool, which actually is designed for a bolt cutter, so a bolt cutter pocket on the back side. Then going into the details, we will start with the outer pocket. So imagine you are at last concealed cover and your buddy comes to prepare your assaulter's panel. The small pocket opens with 2 zippers from the top, and whatever items you have chosen for that mission are now available. The flap is folded down and the Velcro is attached to the bottom of the pocket with Velcro so it doesn't flap around. And now any items you have prepared are easily accessible. In this particular example, I have 2 bang flashbangs and 3 AK-762 magazines. The back side of this pocket is so-called loop Velcro laser cut pals, if you will, which allows you to attach things either by pals, normal standard pouches, or Velcro inserts, or like in this example, I have tied down the magazines with these bungee cords. As a reference to the size, this fits 6 7.62 AK magazines or 7 5.56 standard P mags as a size reference for you guys. Moving then to the main pocket, opens similar to the small one or the outer pocket. 2 zippers. The front flap can be tucked down, and if it is compressed accordingly, items will be available to you. The zipper makes a small turn towards the operator's back so that this fabric is minimized from the top of the items that you might have here. Here I have 2 smoke grenades with Velcro inserts in there, and the back is the same as the small, so 4 columns of PALS Velcro in there. On the top here, we have 2 pieces of 1 rep for water bladder attachment to keep it somewhat in place. And also in the main compartment, we have these on both sides 2 antenna slits or water bladder tube slits for or wiring, things like that. Moving down on the main pocket, which is my favorite function of this pack. So what we wanted to do is also have an expandability option for the user. The lower back is quite often unused real estate. So this has what we call a roll bottom, not a roll top, but essentially a buckle opens and then it rolls down. So this can be used as an expansion or then a secondary access to the main pocket. And in this example, I have a gas mask in there, which the operator himself or herself can actually access and pull it out if need be. This is the sizing that we have based this on. So this is the Scott FM3 gas mask with a hard visor. It cannot be folded or bended. So this fits in there, and now you don't have to carry out your gas mask with a carabiner and scratch the visors. Be advised, any loose items you have in the big pocket, in the main compartment, if you open this roll bottom, they might fall out. So have them cinched down. One extra thing that is done to mitigate this is a divider, a simple Velcro divider, which can be adjusted. To demonstrate, on the bottom of this, about 10 centimeters is where you can adjust this divider, but anyway, small items might fall out, so have them secured. And if you don't need the expandability, this can be rolled up all the way to the top, buckle closed, and have it nice and neat in there. But then to the last compartment, I wouldn't even call it a pocket. It is a compartment made for the bolt cutter. So from the bottom, there is a extension that can be pulled out. Open the Velcro and then pull an extension out from the bottom. And then on the top, nearest to the back, is a opening for the bolt cutters to go in, and it stays nice and neat. This pocket will not fit, for example, a 3-liter Camelback or any of that size. It will probably take smaller breaching tools, telescopic breaching tools, but nothing like a huge sledgehammer. Something similar to this size, flat, it will take. Also, what it does not come with is a method to secure your device with. So that you will have to figure out yourself, depending on the tool that you might have in there. Having said that, this comes with a few options, D-rings, a few loops on the sides, and the pawls on the back can be used to make a securing device for whatever tool you have in there. The Velcro itself will not hold it in there once you're doing ninja flips and whatnot. So besides expandability, we wanted to have good options for compression. I'll just close these down for demonstration purposes. So there is 2 options of compression, and in testing phases by ourselves and with end users, this kind of was a 50-50 opinion, so I decided to have them both for you. So the first one is the shock cord. It is a quite thick shock cord that goes here to the sides and has a cord lock on the bottom, and this can be adjusted or wrapped somewhere around here. So that's option 1. Option 2 is these straps that have CME's clips on the side, so you can take them out, adjust them however you like. And these are recommended especially if your pack is heavy. If it has, let's say, 5 extra magazines, few frag grenades, so it will actually weigh quite a lot. So these are there for extra retention purposes. You can thread these through here if that is something that you find helpful. And we have a few extra slots around the backpack, so you can modify it to your liking. As far as materials come, the main fabric is 500D Cordura. The bolt cutter extension on the bottom is 1000D Cordura, and the back pals is laser cut from 500 x 500 laminate. All parts are according to the near infrared specifications of the Finnish Defense Forces. Don't mind the black buckles on this pre-sample. And last but not least, even though this is not a backpack, you can use it as a backpack using our padded or flat shoulder straps using these D-rings and the loops on the bottom here, if that's something that you're into. I hope that you found this information helpful. Thanks for watching. Happy days.